Good Saturday morning. How are you today? I hope you're having a great morning. Man, I tell you what, I got a lot done yesterday, but none of it was work. How does that sound, right? Well, a little bit of it was work, but not a lot. But I got me some plants out on my patio. I got a tomato plant. I had a good time last night going. We went to see a family camp. My sisters and I went to see family camp, and it was so funny. It was good. It was great. We're going to do that more often. Not go see the same movie, but get out more often. So we ate at Fuzzy's Tacos. Isn't that a weird name for a restaurant? Where do people come up with these names? Fuzzies? But it was good. It was good food. I will have to say that. I'm going to have to not eat today because I eat so much. It was so good. Anyway, I hope you're having a great Saturday. I hope you had a great week. And I hope that just as the week unfolded, that God unfolded His grace, His peace, and His mercy in your life. The scripture says, Jesus said, seek and you will find. And you know what? You're going to find what you're seeking for. If you go into circumstances expecting the worst, you're going to find the worst. You really are. If you go into situations looking for the best in people and looking for the best, you're going to find it. So, and sometimes things, we aren't in control of everything. I would like to be sometimes, not really, but I think I would like to be, right? And so, uh, but when we go into a crowd of people or maybe a party or a get together or something, and we expect to be rejected, we'll find rejection. If we expect to have a good time, we're going to have a good time. Our expectation is out there, and we're going to find what we're looking for. If you go to a new church, and that doesn't mean the church is going to be the perfect fit for you, but if you're just looking for all the negative, that's all you're going to see. So you go to a church, a restaurant even, or a movie theater, you can find the good or you can find the bad, and you can let the negatives weigh more in your life, or you can let the positives weigh more in your life. And so today look for his grace. Today, look for His mercy to be active in the things you do and your interactions with others. I got a lot of work today, and so I've already finished one little project this morning, and so I've got to have a productive weekend because I've got some stuff I've got to get. I got to have some happy clients by Monday. Okay, so I'm gonna be working, working, working all week long because I've got several things I've just got. I'm behind on two or three, and I've taken a couple of new clients, and I can either let that be a burden or a blessing. Really, we interpret things as something heavy, and I'm not saying that there's nothing. I'm taking care of Chris. That's a heavy thing. Oh, yeah, it's a struggle every day. But I can look for the good, or I can crawl up under the burden, right? And so I want to change our perspectives on some things. But if you go through the day looking for His grace, you'll find it. If you go through the day looking for His mercy, you'll find it. If you go through the day looking for and embracing His peace, it's going to be there. And that doesn't mean that things aren't going to come at us. When we have things come at us every day, we get phone calls, or we get a client's mad, or somebody in our family is sick, or or somebody has a wreck, or there are bad things that happen, but we can keep that good attitude, and we can maintain that peace even in the midst of all the craziness that's in the world today, right? So I was thinking about some of these things this morning. And the scripture I woke up thinking about was God gives wisdom. And one reason I was thinking about it was because I was thinking about all the things I've got to do, and I'm like, oh, I added up the hours that I need to put in, on the clock for several different clients. Because some clients I work on the clock, some I work just by the project, and so I was like, man, that's a lot. And so I was like, God, I got to have wisdom. And you know what? The scripture tells us that when we ask for wisdom, He gives it. So He's going to show me how to manage the things I've got to manage this weekend to get caught up by Monday. Because I want all my clients to be happy by Monday because I got more stuff to do Monday. I got weekly stuff for some clients that have to be done, some monthly things, things like that. And so God is so faithful to be in our now. He's not just up in heaven and we're going to, He is up in heaven, but He's not just up in heaven. And He's not just concerned about eternity. He wants to be in our now. And so if we look for Him in our now, if we look for His peace, if we look for His beauty, if we look for His grace, we're going to find Him in our now. So, and that's kind of that's what I want to do today. So I was thinking about this scripture. I titled this Good Sense. I'm getting there. Trust me. Because I was thinking about how I need wisdom to handle clients, to handle Chris. He's doing so good, y'all. He sounds so clear. Thank God for that. And I hope to get him outside today for some vitamin D therapy. Just a little bit. It's going to be pretty today. Um, I was praying for wisdom and all, even taking care of Chris. God is concerned with those things that concern us. Nothing's too small. We can pray about everything. Just like you ever had a bestie that you could just talk about. I'm sorry, you guys. You probably guys don't have besties, but did you have a bro? Guys have a bro, right? Girls have a bestie. So do you have a bestie or a bro that you just feel like you can talk about anything with? Ginger and I could talk about. We've been friends since we were 8 years old, so that's over 50 years, 54 years, right? And we can literally talk about anything because we've got an established relationship. God's the same way. When we have a relationship with Him, He wants us, He wants that tight knit relationship with us. Sometimes we put Him up in heaven and go, He's just up there, but He wants to walk through time with us, right? And so we can talk about anything with him. It's not like he doesn't know anyway, right? So I was talking about things this morning and saying, "Hey God, guess what? This and that. You want some coffee? You want another cup? Because I do." And so we could talk to God about anything. But listen to this, and this is my little New Living, and the print is really small. I've got to get new glasses, y'all. Uh, but in Proverbs 2:6, it says this: "For the Lord grants wisdom." King James, the other versions say He just gives wisdom, and we know from our study in James that He gives wisdom when we ask in faith. If we ask Him for wisdom, it says He gives it. Period. Right. So the Lord gives wisdom. Now listen to this: from His mouth come knowledge and understanding. That's communion with Him. We get it from His mouth, His word, but we also get knowledge and understanding when we commune with Him. When we a conversation is two-way. It shouldn't just be us praying. We should get quiet where we can hear Him. He leads us. We don't always know that He's there. We don't always know. We just get a hunch. Oh, I think I better do this, and that might have been God leading you that way, and you don't even recognize it, right? But He does give us knowledge and understanding. Now, listen to this. I love this. This is what caught my attention this morning and why I titled this devotion Good Sense. He grants a treasure of good sense to the godly. So, if you want some good sense, just be godly, right? Be godly, be righteous. Well, I'll tell you right now, if you're a believer, you're already righteous. That's one of our foundational truths, that Jesus' sacrifice was enough. He died for the sins of the whole world, even though He came to that one point in time in approximately AD 33 ish. We know it's off a little bit, right? But He came to that point in time, but He covered the sins from creation to the end of time. He took care of all the sins. Otherwise, He'd have to go back to the cross every time we sin, right? But He took care of all the sins of all the world, of all the people, forever and ever and ever, on both sides of infinity, right? With one act. He did it there. He did that. And that righteousness is enough. You are righteous in Him. Now we got to walk by that righteous rule. We want to walk by the rules of godliness and do the things we know God likes and don't do the things we know He doesn't like. And it's all in a lot of that's in Proverbs too. There's 7 things God hates. It says lying, things like that. So He says He grants a treasure of good sense to the godly. I want that treasure today. I want some good sense. Just want some good sense, right? The people need good sense, trust me. Anyway, He is their shield. Who? The godly. When we're righteous in Him, we trust His righteousness. We can't be righteous on our own. I can't be. I mess up all the, and I'm here by myself, just me and Chris, and I still mess up all the time, right? But He is a shield for the godly. He protects those who walk with integrity, and that's integrity with Him. Well, you're not going to have integrity with people if you don't have integrity with God. You can't. if you are either a person of integrity or you're not, and that's going to come out in all of your transaction and all of your reaction, all your relationships, right? So he is the shield for the godly. He protects those who walk with integrity. Get this, he guards the paths of justice and protects those who are faithful to him. Isn't that a powerful little passage for this bright, sunny, beautiful Saturday morning? So this weekend, I'm going to be meditating on this scripture. And today I'm going to be meditating on this scripture. He gives wisdom, he gives knowledge and understanding, he gives good sense. He's our shield, he protects us, and he guards our paths and protects us when we're faithful to him. Isn't that an awesome little package thing? That's a lot of stuff in that. I wonder if it'd be a devotional. I'm kidding. But there's a lot of stuff in just these little 3 or 4 verses, right? Isn't God amazing? Look for him today in just your interactions. Expect his peace. Expect his direction. Expect his wisdom. Expect him to be in your today. I'm going to. And I hope you find him in your today. I hope you find him in your Saturday. And I hope you peace out. Have a great Saturday, and I'll see you bright and early Monday morning.